Welcome to Currency Trading with Profiforex. This video is devoted to Bollinger Bands. To apply Bollinger Bands to the chart, press the Indicators button on the toolbar and choose Trend, Bollinger Bands. Subsequently, the window where we can change the indicator's properties appears. Here we can choose the settings for the averaging period, method, shift, deviation and visualization. When we're choosing the method, we specify the prices to which the indicator will be applied. These are open prices, close prices, maximums, minimums, and their different combinations. Bollinger Bands constitute the channel whose width is proportional to the standard mean square deviation of prices. In other words, it's the flat level. It can also be considered a measure of the dispersion of random variables from the average value. This was previously discussed in the video devoted to lines of regression. Bollinger Bands with the deviation value 2 are generally used. This means the price movement that's less than binary normal deviation will be perceived as flat, while the price movement that's more than this deviation will be perceived as the starting point of the trend. In periods of considerable price changes, periods of high volatility, the bands widen, leaving a lot of room in which the prices can move. During standstill periods or periods of low volatility, the band contracts, keeping the prices within their limits. In other words, you should open deals to rebound from BB during flat. Bollinger Bands are recommended for use only as guidelines of price movement in order to place take profits, but not as the point of entering the position. In any case, before using Bollinger Bands, we recommend that you assess market phase with other indicators. The specific features of Bollinger Bands are: abrupt changes in prices tend to happen after the band has contracted due to decreased volatility. Price movement started from one of the band's boundaries usually reaches the opposite boundary. If prices break through one of the bands and there's a trend, the current trend will continue. Bollinger Bands have another useful application that isn't mentioned in the literature. After a trend phase, the price often hits the opposite Bollinger border. After a downtrend, it hits the upper line, and after an uptrend, it hits the lower line and reaches the second border, continuing the trend. It should be noted that trading on the rebound, when flat is predicted, is possible only using stop-loss orders and when there is an absence of important news. Take profit is essential.